Hello folks, and welcome to this week's HiFi news, etc. Hope you're all well. I have, how many? I think it's 5 news items for you this time around, and as ever, trivia. And in this episode, we're changing the theme to what? General studies, I will put this. And the question is this: one of the planet's most enduringly popular bands got their name from the surnames of the members of the rhythm section. Over the last 50 years, scores of other members have been and gone, but they and their name remain in place. Who's the band? The name of the band, please. One more time. One of the planet's most enduringly popular bands got their name from the surnames of the members of the rhythm section. Over the last 50 years, scores of other members have been and gone, but they and their name remain in place. Who are the band? As ever, please don't do any Googling, no research, no internet, just have a little think. And I trust you to do this, don't I? Of course I do. And I will give you the answer if you're not too sure about the answer. I'm going to give that to you at the end of this video. Until then, folks, HiFi News. We'll begin with the turntable, and we'll begin with Pro-Ject and the debut Evo 2. Now, way back in, February of 2021, I think it was, I reviewed the then brand new twin-speed Evo turntable from Pro-Ject. Well, the company has finally found itself a sequel to that design, called, rather obviously, the Evo 2. Priced in Europe at €699, but in the UK, at £599, the Evo 2 is also twin speed, and it's about £100 more than the original model. Now, £20 of that, you could say, is down to inflation. But the other £80, well, there are changes, including a new Pickett MM Evo moving magnet cartridge, and that hangs off the 8.6-inch straight carbon tone arm. The cartridge looks a little bit like the mono model in the 2M range by Audiophile, and in fact this one has been made by Audiophile, and it features split pole pins. Related to that is a new low friction tone arm bearing that apparently improves tracking and stability. You also get an anti-magnetic aluminium platter that comes with ring TPE damping attached underneath. Weighing in at 1.7 kilograms, this platter is a reworking of the original. Speaking of TPE, that has been applied to the 3 height adjustable feet fitted underneath the plinth. Oh, you do get an extra satin red finish as well. That's been added to the many different colour options. In addition, you get a DC power supply and a dust cover. And will I be reviewing this one? It's more than likely, but we'll see. But fingers crossed, hey folks. Next, we have a bit of general news aimed really at UK viewers, folks. We have the Nexus Audio X Estelon loudspeakers. Now, Nexus Audio is a UK distributor, and they have announced an exclusive agreement with the Estonian company Estelon. And that gives me an excuse to show a few images of these slender designs. Now, of course, Nexus, the UK distributor, is incredibly excited with the whole arrangement. It said, and I quote, "We are incredibly excited to partner with Estelon." You see? So Nexus Audio in the UK will offer an extensive selection of Estelon's loudspeakers, including their flagship models, which I think are priced around £140,000 or so. Not cheap. There'll also be support services if customers need it. Smelling salts will be a good start, I think. For more information about Nexus Audio and their range of Estelon speakers, visit, well, I'll put some links down below and you can do the visiting. From FiiO now. Now, I'm not sure about FiiO. Do they ever sleep? How many people work for them? The entire population of China? Just about every video I do, there's a new FiiO product coming along. And not even in the same genre. This time, it's headphones, and I have a dollar price of these headphones of $149, 159 euros, and 140 pounds. I think Amazon will be stocking these, and by these I mean the FT1s. They are over-the-ear models with breathable fabric ear pads. And I quite like that idea actually because it dissipates the heat. The cups themselves are made from American black walnut, and they look rather nice, especially for the price. In fact, it gives an expensive sort of je ne sais quoi to these particular headphones. They look more like £500 headphones rather than 140-ish. Further inside the cups are 60mm dynamic drivers, which is supposed to produce solid bass. You also get a conical baffle plate inside, so the driver apparently is positioned parallel to the ear. This is supposed to prevent standing waves. There are 2 headphone cables supplied in the box, one of which terminates in a 3.5mm single-ended plug, and the other with a 4.4mm balanced Pentacon plug. Both cables feature copper-plated silver wire. The FT1s use the same headband design found on the FT3s and FT5 open-backed headphones. The 3-axis chassis design provides free rotation at multiple angles, as is the way with many headphones these days. In terms of finished and alternative materials, there will be a beechwood version of these headphones that'll be out and about somewhere around October of 2024. Even more intriguing from FiiO is the DM13 portable CD player. Now, it was back in July of 2023 that I reviewed another CD portable player from Tray to Tray. I think that's how you pronounce it. I used to say Tree to Tree, but I think it's Tray to Tray. The TCP8 portable CD player. That was and is a relatively cheap and cheerful design, and was surprisingly good for the cash in sound terms. I think the review price at the time, I'm not sure what it is now, I think then it was about £70. Anyway, back to FiiO. FiiO has decided to join the fray by announcing a portable CD player featuring both 3.5mm single-ended and 4.4 balanced headphone outputs. FiiO's DM13 can also be used with a wide range of headphones, including FiiO's FT5 planar magnetics, the FT3s, and the FA19 in-ear monitors. This unit supports Bluetooth, and that means aptX HD codec is supported. Now you can connect this one to wireless headphones or speakers. Unlike the earlier Tray-to-Tray, this one has an analog line out, so the DM13 can be connected to your HiFi or powered speakers. So a good call from FiiO, I would say. Battery for the DM13 lasts up to 8 hours of playback on a single charge. There's an AC power connection if you fancy that. Other features include a front-mounted LCD readout. Price for all of that? Well, I know the price obviously, but even before I saw the price, looking at the spec list, I thought this FiiO is going to be more expensive than the earlier Tray-to-Tray, and it is. It's £179, 179, or $179, which is slightly unusual. Comes in silver right now, and I think a little bit later on, maybe sometime in September-ish, you're going to get other finishes, including black, red, blue, and titanium. Next we have the Saga 2 preamp. Now, unusually for a preamp these days, there is no DAC inside, but there's just about everything else, and the price for this, just have a dollar price, is $279. The company itself brags about the spec list for that price, and it says, and I quote, "You get a relay potentiometer, passive or active," which itself is intriguing. This is a Class A device, 0 feedback, 100% discrete, differential 75-volt linear power supply preamplifier with remote control and a headphone out. And you know what? Personally, I'm quite relieved there's no DAC in this box. I much prefer an external DAC to improve performance, both of the DAC and the preamp. It's nice to have a pure preamp, even as an option, and I'm all for that. And that's your lot, my friends. That is the end of that, except for the answer to the trivia question. And one more time. Question is this: one of the planet's most enduringly popular bands got their name from the surnames of the members of their rhythm section. Over the last 50 years, scores of other members have been and gone, but they and their name remain in place. Who are the band? And the answer is Fleetwood Mac, the band who were formed in London in 1967 and are still on tour over 50 years later, were named after their least prominent members, drummer Mick Fleetwood and bassist John McVie, or MacV, I suppose. Hey, owning a band's name is the thing that matters in the long run. Actually being the name is even better. So now you know. Thank you very much for staying to the end of this particular video. Thank you very much for all of your support. It is much appreciated and it helps me to do what I do. I'll be back very soon with another video a bit like this, but different. And I hope to have your company. Until then, folks, bye-bye for now.